Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 1, text number 5. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari Shrotabhya Kirtitabhyascha Smartabhyascha. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. O descendant of Bharata, I'll say that, then you repeat with me. O descendant of King Bharata, one who desires to be free from all miseries must hear about, glorify, and also remember the personality of Godhead, who is the super soul, the controller, and the savior from all miseries. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the previous verse, Sri Sukadeva Goswami has described how the foolish materially attached men are wasting their valuable time in the improvement of the material condition of life by sleeping, indulging in sex life, developing economic condition, and maintaining a band of relatives who are to be vanquished in the air of oblivion. Being engaged in all these materialistic activities, the living soul entangles himself in the cycle of the law of fruitive action. This entails the chain of birth and death in the 8,400,000 species of life. The aquatics, the vegetables, the reptiles, the birds, the beasts, the uncivilized man, and then again the human form, which is the chance for getting out of the cycle of fruitive action. Therefore, if one desires freedom from this vicious circle, then one must cease to act as a karmi or enjoyer of the results of one's own work, good or bad. One should not do anything, either good or bad, on his own account, but must execute everything on behalf of the Supreme Lord, the ultimate proprietor of everything that be. This process of doing work is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita 9:27. Also, where the instruction is given for working on the Lord's account. Therefore, one should first of all hear about the Lord. When one has perfectly and scrutinizedly heard, one must glorify his acts and deeds, and thus it will become possible to remember constantly the transcendental nature of the Lord. Hearing about and glorifying the Lord are identical with the transcendental nature of the Lord, and by so doing, one will be always in the association of the Lord. This brings freedom from all sorts of fear. The Lord is the super soul, Paramatma, present in the heart of all living beings. And thus, by the above hearing and glorifying process, the Lord invites the association of all in His creation. This process of hearing about and glorifying the Lord is applicable for everyone, whoever he may be, and it will lead one to the ultimate success in everything in which one may be engaged by providence. There are many classes of human beings: the fruitive workers, the empiric philosophers, the mystic yogis, and ultimately the unalloyed devotees. For all of them, one and the same process is applicable for achieving the desired success. Everyone wants to be free from all kinds of fear, and everyone wants the fullest extent of happiness in life. The perfect process for achieving this here and now is recommended in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is uttered by such a great authority as Srila Sukadeva Goswami. By hearing about and glorifying the Lord, all a person's activities becomes molded into spiritual activities, and thus all conception of material miseries become completely vanquished. So here the authority, Sri Sukadeva Goswami, is describing the method by which the living entity can disentangle himself from these false attachments of the material body and the extensions of the material body, such as family, friends, properties, etc. So hearing and chanting, everybody likes to hear and chant. In the previous verse, it is stated, Shrotabhyadini Rajendra Nirinam Shanti Sahasrasa Apasatama Atma Tattvam Griyeshu Griyamedina. There are two types of grihastha or householders. One is the griyamedi, one is the grihastha. They both have family, they both have jobs, but the goal of their activities and the activities themselves are different. The griyamedi, as stated here, is engaged in Shrotabhyadini Rajendra Nrinam Santi Sahasrasa. There are thousands and thousands of subject matter for hearing in human society. So, you see, if you go to a library or bookstore, so many books are there, philosophy, economics, fiction, fables, fantasy. So people they like to hear, they like to read, they like to. So there are so many subject matters, but all these subject matters, they contribute to our illusion. Because the material world is a temporary situation, and therefore anything that is temporary has no real substance. Substance is there, but substance means eternal. That which is eternal is substance. That which is temporary is illusion. Substance is there, just like in a dream. You are dreaming so many different things. At night, you go to sleep. And some dreams are very sweet. Some dreams are nightmares. So when you have a sweet dream, you wake up, such a nice, I wish I could carry on with that. Some people dream they are very rich, or some people dream they are very powerful. Then they wake up and they have to go to work. They don't like, nobody likes that. Everybody wants, so we all we all live in a dreamland. So there is a substance, because when you wake up in the morning from the dream, you feel happy, you feel elated. While you're dreaming, there is happiness also. Or in a nightmare, there is anxiety, you wake up sweating. So there is a substance, but it is an illusory substance. So similarly, there is night dream and daydream. We are living in a daydream situation. You wake up in the morning and you have to get ready to go to work, to maintain your family. You have so many desires, so many aspirations, so many ambitions to fulfill. And in such a process, we become entangled. This is called fruitive activities, karma kanda. Karma kanda means that I work for the fruits. The fruits are mine. The work we can avoid, but we want the fruit. But nobody can get the fruit without work. So that is how Maya entangles us. We must work. So in the process of working, there are three types of work: good, bad, and mixed. The modes of material nature, they control our actions, and karanam gunak sangasya sat asat jamma yonisu. Karanam guna sangha. It all depends on our association. Urdhva gachanti sattvosta, madhyeti stanti rajasa, jaganya guna vrittista, adho gachanti tamasa. So if we engage in fruitive activities for the good of others, that is urdhva gachanti. We see some people who are very rich, they like to give a lot of money, a lot of these donations, they open hospitals, they open schools. These are all good activities for which they go up. They may go up to the heavenly planets, or they may take birth again in a very elevated family. But the goal of their activities, though they may be good, is to enjoy the fruit, which can be the desires to go to the heavenly planets. Therefore, you see in the obituary, as sometimes you see, he has gone to his heavenly abode. Everybody thinks that you go heavenly abode. Nobody really knows where you're going. They don't know where they go themselves. How do they know where their family members is gone? Heavenly abode. But we all aspire for an heavenly abode. So, Krishna says, Urdhva gachanti sattvasta, madhyeti stanti rajasa. Those who are working on the mode of passion, working very hard to maintain the family members, to expand their business, expand their empire, industrial empire. Then they have to build a beautiful house. And then they are not satisfied with one house. They must have many houses in different places. Then they must have a farmhouse, so many things. Then cars, so expansion. Madhyeti stanti rajasa. Then such a person again, he comes as a human being. And then adho gachanti tamasa. Those who are situated or polluted by the mode of ignorance. We see most people nowadays, especially even in India, before it was not like that, but now it's very rampant, that people work very hard, then they accumulate money, then they start drinking, smoking, and all sorts of sinful activities. So because of that, they have to suffer. Adho gachanti tamasa. So this is the entanglement. Whether you go up, whether you stay in the middle, or whether you go down, it is compared, if you go up, the sattva guna is compared to a golden cage. It's made of gold, but it's still a cage. So, rajaguna and tamaguna, they are very horrible conditions of life. So this entanglement, Deopatra kalatradishu atmasanyeshu asatsvapi tesham pramattani danam pasanapi na pasyati. When we are completely absorbed in this bodily consciousness, in the bodily concept of life, in the maintenance of our family members, in the maintenance of our society, friendship and love, apasatam atmatattvam griyeshu griyamedinam. We become blind to the absolute truth. What is the goal of life? What is the goal of life? Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Now I have achieved this human form. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. I should not inquire about mundane topics. I should inquire about how can I become free? I have to die. Those who are intelligent, they analyze. No, most people are not very intelligent. There was a time in the West during Srila Prabhupada's presence where parents used to hire some deprogrammers. So the parents, they thought, my son is being taken away by ISKCON, by Hare Krishnas. They have been brainwashed. So they were kidnapped by the programmers, kept in solitary confinement, fed them meat, and they were in this way. So Prabhupada said, you are talking about brainwashing, but first of all, to wash a brain, you must have one. You must have a brain. So we say that you don't have a brain. So Krishna consciousness is not brainwashing. Krishna consciousness is brain giving. Srila Prabhupada, just today I was hearing this. Wonderful. For the whole morning walk, he was kept him hammering on this point. They have no brain. They have no brain. So if you tell someone you have no brain, you tell a big doctor, sir, you have no brain. Oh, he becomes very offended. You tell a PhD man with many degrees, sir, you tell a politician, oh, sir, you have no. What is the meaning that you have no brain? Because meaning of brain means you should know. You should know what is life. You should know that the real problems is not your eating or sleeping or mating and defending. These are animalistic activities. The real problems of human life are not to solve these things, to have a nice house, to have a nice wife. These are natural. They come on their own, but this is not the goal. The problems of life is that you are born to die. Some people don't even take birth. They're dying within the womb by a miserable mother who aborts the child within the womb. So this is going on. That we are born to die. And in the process, there is old age and disease. We are stuck. We are sandwiched, birth and death, and in the middle, old age and disease. Nice sandwich. Now you have to eat it. So, if we simply hear the advice of, not the advice, this is not an advice, it's the direction. Just like you go to the doctor doesn't give you advice. He gives you direction. Sir, you have cancer, or you have some diabetes. Stop eating this. Eat this. You only eat that. Do this. Take this medicine. You don't like to take the medicine because you are diseased. Nobody likes the medicine, especially if it's bitter. Sweet medicine anyone can take. But this is the bitter medicine. So, Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishwarohari Shrotabhya Kirtitavyascha Smartavyam Chechatabhyam. That this direction is there. We want to enjoy life. Everybody wants to enjoy life. It is our right. It is our right to want to enjoy. Suppose I come to your house, and I want to enjoy your house. It is your house. So I should know that this is your house, this is your property. These are all your paraphernalia. If I want to enjoy your house, I am a thief. You call the police. Yes or not? So we must know. We must know. That is intelligence. We must know this world belongs to whom? It doesn't belong to me. I have come naked, dropped from the womb of my mother, and I will die. I cannot even take one paisa with me. So who is it belonging to? So we are all thieves. Fruitive workers are thieves. And those who are renouncing the world, they are also thieves. The Mayavadis, the false religionists, the so-called sadhus, they say, I renounce. First of all, you must have something to renounce. The bogies, they think that everything belongs to me. but everything will be taken away from them. So actually they cannot really enjoy anything. And the tyagis, they renounce. Like I go to the bank, I say, I renounce all this money. Yeah, they're not your money. So we have nothing to enjoy, nothing to renounce. We have to shift our consciousness, that's all. Just like those activities which entangle us in fruitive work, those same activities, that same endeavor, if we shift our consciousness and instead of putting ourselves as the enjoyer, we put Krishna as the enjoyer, then those same activities becomes the cause of our liberation. It's very simple. There is no great secret, though it is the secret of all secrets. But if we simply take whatever is there, our family members, our properties, our society, everything that we see in this world, if we simply say, my dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, these are yours. Manasa Deo Geo Jokichu Mora, Arpino Tua Pade Nanda Kishore. Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur states, my dear son, my dear Lord, Manasa Deo Geo, my mind is yours, and actually it is his. My body is yours. Joki Chumora, everything I have, my wife, my children. If we start seeing this reality, if we start understanding this truth, that everything belongs to the Lord, then the material attachment dissipates. Though you are living with your wife and children, your husband, your family members, you will see them as properties of the Lord. And though you may enjoy their association in spiritual activities, at home, I have a nice little altar. You have the murti of Gornitai or Radha and Krishna or any forms of Lord Vishnu. And whatever you cook, yat karoshi, yat ashnosi, yat juhosi, dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Offer to me. Instead of preparing, some nice food for you, for your enjoyment, and prepare, this is what you are preparing, it is for Krishna. My dear Lord, you are giving me the atta, you are giving me the vegetable, they are all His, they are not mine. We cannot create. We are taking what is already there. So these are all provided by Krishna. Everything is provided by the Lord. Our energy is provided by the Lord. Our physical strength is provided by the Lord. Our desire is also provided by the Lord. But Krishna has given us our free will, that we can take all these energies, all that we see and offer to Krishna, or we can try to enjoy for ourselves. So one activity binds you to the laws of material nature, to repetition of birth and death. That same activity, because your consciousness has become purified by chanting the holy name and by adhering to the principle of Krishna consciousness, that same activity liberates you. That same activity which causes you unlimited anxieties, that same activity causes happiness. So this is the secret. So simple life. You have your wife, you have your children, you know that they belong to Krishna. You know that everything is meant for the pleasure of the Lord. Bhuktaram jagyatapasam sarvaloka maishwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam. Shanti. Everybody wants shanti. That's why we work very hard to have a nice house, to have a nice bank account, because we think that we can have some shanti. The goal is shanti. But there is no shanti. There is no shanti. How can you be peaceful if you know you're going to die? A prisoner who is condemned to the death row, they give him the last meal. All right? He can ask anything he wants as the last meal. Just see the illusion. So he asks so many nice things, these, that. Here in India, they like nice parota, makan masala. And there they ask for nice steaks and meat and all that. But while you're eating it, you know my neck is going to go. How can you be Shanti? So in this world, nobody can be Shanti. The demigods are not Shanti. The demigods are not Shanti. They are living in heavenly planets. They are enjoying so much pleasure. But they know they have to die. Kshinye punye martya lokam vishanti. They have to come back. So there is no Shanti in this world. The only Shanti, Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ataeva Shanta Mukti Bhukti Siddhikami Shakaliya Shanta. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam. Nishkam means no desires. I don't care. Nadanam na janam na sundarin. This is Lord Chaitanya. Nadanam na janam na sundari kavitam ba jagadisha kamaye. I don't want followers. I don't want prestige. I don't want respect. Everybody is demanding, expecting all these things in this world. How can you be Shanti? But Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ataeva Shanta. He is satisfied in his heart. He is happy with whatever Krishna gives him. He has nothing to gain, nothing to lose in this world. Nothing to gain. That is intelligence. So Prabhupada says you have no brain. No brain means that you cannot understand these very simple things. That you want happiness, you want fulfillment, you want success. Then conquer. Jamma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha dosha nudarshanam. Understand the evil of birth, disease, old age and death. And conquer this horrible condition of life. Rise above this miserly durena yavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddho saranam mamvicha kripana falahetava. Those who want to enjoy the fruit of their work are misers. They deprive themselves. By enjoying the fruit of their work, they deprive themselves from the greatest benediction, which is freedom from Jamma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. Freedom from ignorance. If somebody comes to you and say, you have a choice, I can give you. This was also presented to Lord Jesus Christ when he was performing his tapasya, fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. Then the devil came and said, I'll give you everything. I give you the whole world. It's all yours. And his reply was, what is the value of the whole world when I lose my soul? So here, we have this opportunity. You want to enjoy material activities? Great. But this enjoyment is available everywhere in all species of life. All species of life. The same enjoyment. You are eating nice food at home prepared by your wife, and the hog is eating stool on the street. The enjoyment is the same. It's the same. You are having sex life in a nice apartment, and the dog is having on the street in front of everyone. The enjoyment is the same. There is no difference. You are raising a family. The animals are also raising a family. So that's these enjoyments of ahar nidra baya maitun is everywhere in every species of life. So do we really want that only? Or there is something higher? Dayam nayam deho deha bajam niroke kastam kaman arate vidbujam ye. Tapo dibyam putra kayena sattvam sudyed yasmad brahmasokyam. Brahmasokyam. This is Rishabdev Maharaj, incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. teaching to his sons. Nayam deho deha bhajam niloke kastat kamanarate vidbhujam ye. Do not run after these things which are easily available in every species of life. Tapodivyam putraka yena sattvam. Engage in those activities. Tapodivyam. Tapo means austerities, and divyam means spiritual austerity. Everybody is performing austerity, just like a man is working hard all day. He's working very hard, and he makes money, but he doesn't spend them all. And he knows that if I spend all the money that I'm making, then I cannot invest. So he performs austerity. And then he accumulates the money. And when he gets more money, then so in this way he builds up. That is austerity. Everybody performs austerity. A boy who is studying in school, in college, is performing austerities to gain knowledge so that his future will be secure. But this is not tapodivyam. This is simply austerities in the mode of ignorance and passion. To obtain some material objects which are meant to be destroyed. They are meant to be dissolved at the time of death. So, tapodivyam putraka yena sattvam sudyet yasmad brahmasokyam. What is this brahmasokyam? Brahmasokyam means eternal happiness. We should strive for that which is eternal. Satyam. Sat. Asat. That which is permanent. That which is ever increasing. In this material world, nothing is ever increasing. You are very hungry. There is some nice food which you like very much. You take a bite, you take two, after a while, you don't want to touch it anymore. The same food repels you. The same food which gave you so much pleasure, now all of a sudden you don't want to touch it anymore. Because otherwise you get indigestion. So, brahmasokyam to anantam. Anantam means unlimited. So how we do that? Here is stated. Tasmat bharata sarvatmam Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari Shrotabhya Kirtitayavascha Smartabhyas Chechatabayam. We hear about Krishna. That is the beginning. We hear about Krishna. All of you have taken birth in this Bharatvarsha. So, in your family life, right from the very beginning, especially those who are born in the Hindu families, Krishna is, everybody knows about Krishna. So you are Krishna conscious right from birth. Many of the names are given. Now, of course, people are giving Pinky, Twinkie, this, that. But in the past, they were giving names of the Lord or name of Devis. So, right from the very beginning, Nandu come here, Krishna come here, Narayana come here. The story of Ajamil. Such a powerful story. Ajamila was a Brahmin. He had a beautiful wife, devoted. He knew the Shastra. But by association, simply by looking at a prostitute, he became attached to her. So he engaged her first in his household duty, and gradually he became attached to her. And then he gave up his wife, he gave up his children, he gave up his family, he gave up everything. He started engaging by legally and illegally maintaining his wife, his prostitute. He had more than 10 sons from her. And at the age of 88, he had his little boy, and he was very attached to that boy. He named him Narayan. This is Krishna's mercy, that he named him Narayan. So the name Narayan, how powerful. So he was always calling, Narayan, come here, sit down here. Narayan, 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 all day, and Narayan. He was very attached to his little bacha. We are all attached to our bachas. Especially when they are little, there's so much happiness and pleasure. So he was calling Narayan, Narayan, and then death came. Death comes like a thief in the night. Remember that? It comes like a thief in the night. You make so many plans, but they'll be destroyed in 1 second. People die at any age. Some people are fortunate, they become old. Many people die very young. So, death comes anytime. It doesn't give us any no email, no. It comes. So he was attached to his bacha. Narayan, 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 Narayan. He was calling his son. He had he forgot Krishna. But he remembered, he called Narayan. So the Yamadutas came. They are very fierce. He was scared to see the Yamadutas. The moment he called the name Narayan, in anxiety, the Vishnuduta appeared. Vishnuduta appears. Hey, stop right now. Don't touch him. Stop. So they say, why are you telling us to stop? Though they knew who they were. But they wanted to know, because this never happened before. We are the servants of Yamaraj. We don't make mistakes. So he said, no. He chanted the holy name of Narayan. You have no jurisdiction. No jurisdiction. So this is there in that if we remember Smartabhyas, that's why we call our children in the name of Krishna or the devotees of the Lord, so that we can remember Krishna. We can glorify Krishna. Ado Shraddha Tato Bhajana Sadhu Sangha. So in the beginning there is a faith. Oh, the devotees are nice, the temple is nice. Let me associate with the devotees, Sadhu Sangha. Then Bhajana Kriya. Bhajana Kriya means we accept some tapasya. Bhajana Kriya means to accept chanting, giving up those activities that are detrimental to our spiritual advancement. So we give up illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, meat eating. By this association, then Bhajana Kriya, then Anartha Nivritti. Then our faith increases by the chanting of the holy name. Then we give up there are so many anarthas, both gross and subtles. Anartha Nivritti, from Anartha Nivritti. So this is the way we move up on our way back home, back together, the different steps. So, glorification. Just like right here, we are sitting down. I am speaking from Srimad Bhagavatam, you hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are glorifying our spiritual master who has given us all this knowledge. We are glorifying Sri Krishna. We are glorifying the Srimad Bhagavatam. So in this way, our heart becomes purified. Smartabhyas chechatabhayam. By these activities, by hearing about Krishna, by glorifying the Lord, by engaging in devotional service to the Lord, by associating with the devotees, sadhu sangha, sarva shastra koy. Lavamatra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. Lavamatra means 1/11th of a second. Lavamatra means just 1/11th of a second. If we get the association of a devotee of the Lord, our life is safe. Sarva siddhi hoy. We can attain all perfection. What to speak if our whole life is engaged in devotional service? What do we get? Not that devotees cares about what they get. Devotees do not care whether they take Narayana parasarve nakutaschana bibyati svarga pavarga narakeshu. Whether I goes to Svarga or Apavarga, back to the spiritual sky, or Narakeshu, or whether I go to hell, that is not their concern. The concern of the devotee is how to serve Krishna, how to engage in devotional service, how to speak about Krishna 24 hours a day. So this process is given by Srila Prabhupada. This process is an eternal process coming down in disciplic succession from the Lord Himself. So it is eternal and it is always applicable to all those who are actually serious about putting an end to this cycle of Jamma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, to this cycle of engaging in fruitive activities, mental speculation, or trying to achieve yogic perfections. Devotees don't have to do anything. They get all these things without any endeavor. These are all side effects of bhakti. Hiranyakashipu, for 125 years to attain that benediction, 125 years he stood on the tip of his toes with raised hands. 125 years, you can imagine. If we sit in Bhagavatam class 5 minutes, we fall asleep. So, but what did he achieve? What did he achieve? Death. He was killed. He thought that roundabout I can avoid death and become Bhagavan, Ishvaroham, Aham Bhogi, Siddhoham, Balavatsuki. These are the demoniac mentality. Ishvaroham, I am the owner of everything, I am the controller. Aham Bhogi, I am the enjoyer. Siddhoham, I will gain all perfection. Balavat, I am strong. Sukhi. So what did he get in the end? He enjoyed for some time, but then the Lord killed him. So we are all, our head is already on the chopping board. In Calcutta, if you go to Kali Mandir, you see Kali Ma, she has a garland of skulls. One of those skulls is ours. That is a fact. So we have a choice. We always have a choice in any moment of our life, whether to take Krishna or take Maya. Krishna Surya Sam, Maya Andhakar. Maya is darkness and Krishna is light. Choice is ours. Some people I see, they are very poor. I've seen also in Krishna consciousness. There was a devotee, he had cancer, terminal cancer. They gave him 6 months to die, to live. So he told Prabhupada, what should I do? So Prabhupada gave him Babaji. He said, you go to Mayapur and chant all day. And if you stay in Mayapur, you chant all day, then Krishna will take care of you. So he came to Mayapur, but he was not really satisfied with the diagnosis. So he kept asking and finally realized that actually there was no terminal cancer. So he gave up his Babaji. He went back to America and he started eating meat and again engaging in those activities. So the choice is always ours. Sometimes a man is very poor, so he prays God, oh Bhagavan. But the moment he gets some money, bye-bye Bhagavan. So this is the unfortunate condition of those who are under the modes of material nature. So we have to fix our mind. We have to become nishta. That's one of the stages of bhakti. After anartha nivritti, there is nishta. You become fixed. Prahlad was fixed. Bacha, 5 years old bacha. We all have seen Prahlad, Mahavatar Narasimha. What a beautiful movie. And you see how angry. That scene really made me angry when Hiranyakashipu kicked Prahlad. What a rascal. Prahlad, Nishta. He didn't give up. Though he was the son of Hiranyakashipu, the most powerful personality in the universe practically. He achieved. Brahma told him this boon was never given to anybody. But the nature of his austerity was such. Determination. So materialistic people are very determined to achieve material objects. We have to have that same determination. At least, if not more. So nishta, we become fixed. From becoming fixed, then you get ruchi. Ruchi means taste. There is a taste. In the beginning, there is faith, but there is no taste. Because we are polluted by the modes of nature. But as you gradually process, gradual process is developed. Then by hearing, chanting, taking prasad, your heart becomes purified, your consciousness becomes purified. And you start developing a taste. Oh, so nice, chanting. You don't give it up. No matter what illusions are presented to you, you don't give up. So this is Krishna consciousness. It is a wonderful process. Srila Prabhupada gave this gift to us, and he's encouraging us. And here in Bangalore, we have such a wonderful opportunity with beautiful temple, so many different ways we can render service, and everybody can serve, whether it is by our whole life or by intelligence, by our wealth. And if somebody does not have intelligence, if somebody has no money, then he can speak. You can give your speech. You talk about Krishna. Learn about Krishna, talk about Krishna. So we engage in devotional service of the Lord and we become satisfied. We become happy. And the miserable conditions of life dissipates. Any questions? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So initially you started with that brainwashing question. So what I want to say is there is a lot of brainwashing happening in the religion. So and the many Hindus are going away in the other religion. So that is the real brainwashing. So instead of that, staying back here and preaching.
That's not brainwashing. That's brain polluting.
Yeah, instead of that.
So washing means you're cleaning, no?
But they call it that also as a brainwashing itself in this. So they can stay back here and instead they can stay back here under this brainwashing and get elevated in Krishna consciousness.
So yes. The thing is that, first of all, we have to know that, first of all, we must have a brain. Prabhupada is very clear. And to have a brain means to understand. To understand, I am not this body. Unless you understand you're not this body, you are brainless. How can you be this body? Stool, urine, pus, and blood. Now, very simple. You are living with your wife. Your wife is living with you, sleeping in the same bed. for 30 years. All right? Father, the husband dies or wife dies. Will you sleep with that body for one more night? So who you were sleeping with? Ask that question. Who were you sleeping with? You don't know. That means you don't know who your wife is. You don't know who is your husband. You don't know who is your father. You don't know who is your son. You don't know anything. You have no brain.
Prabhu, the youngsters are being, brainwashed, whatever you said, that going to a different religion. What would you like to tell them, Prabhu? Like the youngsters should stay here and they should, continue here with Krishna consciousness. In that way, I'm saying.
Krishna. First of all, were they Krishna conscious? Are they Hindu Krishna conscious?
Yeah. They're not.
Hindus are not Krishna conscious. Most Hindus are not Krishna conscious. If you ask them who is God, some of them say Shiva, some of them say Brahma, some of them say Kali, some of them say Sab Eki. Bhagavan, Hum Bhagavan hai. I was with a very wealthy man, beautiful temple of Sitaram. Beautiful, all silver altar, every day, bhajan, kirtan. I used to ask me to come. And we would sit down and do kirtan. And one day he was sitting there, he said, actually, he is me, I am him. So, are the Hindu Krishna conscious? What is the meaning of Krishna consciousness? Krishna consciousness means Krishna consciousness. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arsa Britya. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All living entities are subordinate to Him. All living beings, whether they are devas or asuras, animals, we are all subordinate to Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. So we must accept that Shri Krishna is Bhagavan, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yasasasriya Jnana Vairagya. These are the 6 opulence of God. Aishwarya. Aishwarya means wealth. Aishwaryasya Samagrasya, wealth, fame, beauty, strength, knowledge, renunciation. These are the 6 opulences. Everybody who is born in this world, Jamma Aishwarya Suta Shri. We are all born with these 4 things. Janma, which birth you take. Aishwarya, the wealth you have. Shruta, the learning opportunities. Shri, your physical beauty. But all these opulence, these are opulences, but they're all having their resting place in the Lord. They're emanating from Krishna. Krishna is unlimitedly wealthy. Krishna is unlimitedly powerful. Krishna is unlimitedly famous. Krishna is unlimitedly knowledgeable. Krishna is unlimitedly renounced. All these opulences are there in the Lord to the unlimited degree. Unlimited degree. We have maybe 10 lakhs or 10 crores. Some people now they're getting 60,000 crores. Baap re baap. 60,000 crores. Oh my God. Hey, Bhagavan. People worship them. People worship. If you are very powerful, you have a lot of money. Everybody expecting something, no? If you are knowledgeable, Pandit Ji, Dandavad. If you are famous, musician, actors, what are they doing, actors? They go on stage and they become millionaire. They have no qualification. Just they know how to act. It's not a big thing, but they're famous somehow or other. They are celebrities. So celebrities, everybody, they also build a mandir, I think, for some celebrity. Somebody died, they build a mandir for him. And they do puja, ding, 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 every morning. So you're famous. You're beautiful. Oh. But what is all this? What is beauty? You take a skin, your skin, you remove the skin from your body. Huh? Take one of the most beautiful girl in the world, or the most handsome man. You remove the skin. So beauty is only skin deep. Skin deep. Our attraction to these bodies is only skin deep. Think about it. Therefore, we have no brain. Prabhupada said, you must have a brain. If you are attached to this body, if you consider this body as something to be enjoyed, then you are brainless. And we can say this with great authority. Those who are attached to the material body, those who think that through the material activities, I can enjoy this material body, that this is the goal of life. We said, whether you have a PhD, we are just a PhD means a brainless PhD. And we can challenge anybody. We can challenge anybody. The greatest scientists, ask them, what is the difference between a dead and a living body? Why, when your father and mother die, you put him keep him in the house? Pump some chemicals so it doesn't smell. Keep him in the house. Who will do that? Even an atheist will not do that. That much, at least little brain they have. So those who are attached to the material body, those who are attached to material enjoyment, Bhogaishvarya prashaktanam taya parita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadona vidyate. Those who are attached to material enjoyment, Bhoga and Aishvarya, and are bewildered by these things, the resolute determination for devotional service does not take place. And such a person, whether he's a Hindu and he becomes a Christian, is the same thing and doesn't change anything. He's a brainless man, he will remain brainless, he will die brainless, and he will take birth without brain. Therefore, it is our duty. Those who have somehow or other achieved some knowledge by association with the pure devotee of Krishna, it is our duty to give them the brain, to make them understand that you are not this body, to make them understand that the only real tangible fruit that you can enjoy by engaging in fruitive activities is the repetition of birth and death. That's all. That's all you'll get. In between, you may have a fancy house, you may have a fancy car. How long? 50 years, 60 years? You become an old man, your teeth are falling off. Your eyes, you cannot see. I went yesterday to the Narayan Netralaya. Andhakar. Andhakar, we are Andhakar. Spiritually Andhakar, and gradually we also lose our eyes. Not only our eyes, everything will be lost. The same thing that we showed, Miss Universe, Miss World, and after 50 years, So, we are laughing, but it's a very serious business. It's a very serious business. Birth, death, disease, old age, it's a very serious business. So we must take it very seriously. We must hear about Krishna, glorify Krishna, hear about Krishna, serve Krishna. This is called tapodivyam. Tapodivyam. And what is that, this tapodivyam? Krishna, Krishna says, just give up the cause of your miseries. That's all. Am I going too late? Huh? So here we are, we are hearing so much. We are enjoying, no? It's not enjoyable? Huh? We get chastised by Bhagavatam. But we are happy being chastised. Because it purifies us. It purifies us. Just like when you go to the doctor and doctor gives you the right medicine for the right disease, you feel happy. Now you have an opportunity to cure yourself. No? And as you take that medicine, you start feeling the effects. What happened? Then again you get life. Unfortunately, people, they go back to their bad habits and they get sick again. So then again, no brain. So we are getting chastised by Krishna. Just like Krishna was getting chastised by Yashoda Mai, he was happy. So devotees are happy to be chastised by Krishna, because through that chastisement, the material consciousness disintegrates.